Howdy y'all and happy hump day. Hope everybody's doing well so far out there. Let's go ahead and get into this day in weather history back on August 21st, 1994. Over 30 years ago, we had what was the longest track hurricane in history, and it's still the longest track hurricane to this day. Hurricane John lasted from August 11th to September 10th, just past 307 miles south of Hilo, Hawaii, with winds of 175 miles an hour and a low pressure of 920 millibars. It was a Cat 5 hurricane. And as we take a look out by Hawaii, we can see that there is a couple systems. We have what is now a Cat 1 hurricane in Gilma with 75 mile per hour winds and a 990 millibar low pressure. It's expected to become a Cat 3 as soon as tomorrow evening and weaken down into a Cat 1 as we head past the weekend. Now, I'm not expecting this to impact Hawaii as bad as what could be a pretty significant tropical storm or hurricane, which could be Hector. You see, next couple days, 90% chance. See the word by the Hurricane Center. We can see that they're expecting this to become a tropical storm later tonight. And as we take a look at the weather models, we can see that they already named it Invest 91E. We can see once we head into the night, it's supposed to turn into a tropical storm, and it might turn into a hurricane before it makes landfall as soon as the 25th. And it's going to be lasting for quite some time and causing a lot of problems, obviously. And as we take a look at the weather models here in the GFS to take a look at the next couple of weeks, we can see we have Hector out here, and we have Gilma. See, Hector's going to be impacting Hawaii as soon as this weekend. And then we have Gilma, which is going to be impacting y'all as soon as later next week. And then we have that 30% chance out there as well. It's going to pass just north of Hawaii. So it's looking like 30 years after John, it's looking like we have a couple more tropical storms and hurricanes affecting y'all. So definitely, if you live out there by Hawaii, please be aware of this and know what you're going to do before Hector and this other system is going to be making landfall. As we take a look at the National Hurricane Center, we can see that there is no tropical storm activity out there in the Atlantic Basin, which is pretty odd because this year the Pacific wasn't supposed to be pretty active at all, but surprisingly it is. Of course, we already know about Gilma and Hector and this 30% chance, which is all going to be affecting Hawaii in some sort of fashion. Now, one of the reasons why the Pacific is pretty active is because of the sea surface temperatures. We can see that they're pretty relatively warm for this time of year. Definitely prime conditions for hurricane development. And what is very surprising is the Gulf is heating up a lot. It's pretty warm out there in the Gulf. And we got some prime conditions out here in the main development region as well. So this is very odd that there's not many hurricanes or tropical storms out there this time of year. But as we take a look at the GFS, we already know that Ernesto moved out. And take a look out here by the coast of Africa. We can see that there is a short wave forming right off the coast of Africa as we head into this weekend and into the beginning parts of September. So it looks like we could have some activity out there as we head into the beginning parts of September, y'all. And according to the Climate Prediction Center, they are saying that it's going to be getting active out there here at the end of this month. So definitely could be heating up out there soon, y'all. So definitely be aware of this if you live amongst the coastal states of the Southeast and even over here by Bermuda and Caribbean Islands. So now that we covered Hector and Gilma and we covered that there's going to be some activity out here in the Atlantic here in the short term, let's go ahead and get into the lower 48. Take a look at our troughs and ridges here on the 500 millibar height anomaly map. Now the oranges, reds are the ridges and the blues are the troughs. We can see that we had a little bit of a trough out east and that's resulted in some cool temperatures here as of late, and it's looking like we could be coming in on a major ridging pattern as we head into the end of the month, and we have a little bit of a trough out west, which could result in some cool temperatures in the future. But then as we head into the end of August, we can see that a major ridge is going to take hold, which could mean some unseasonably hot temperatures, which means the heat wave may return here soon. And we can see a trough is going to start to move its way further towards the south as we head into September, which could result in actually some severe weather here soon. As we take a look at what kind of temperatures we could be coming in, see that we're going to be pretty cool here as we head into the weekend. But then as we head into the weekend, we're going to heat up drastically with 90-degree temperatures as far north as North Dakota. And that's going to cool down significantly out west. As you can see, it's going to be feeling like wintertime up in the higher elevations. Could be dealing with some snow as well up by Idaho. Good for the ski resorts if you're heading up to Lowe's. And it's still going to be hot out east. But then as we head into September, it's looking like a major cool down could be in store. As you can see, about 40-degree temperatures by 8 o'clock in the morning on Sunday, September 1st. Now, this is well out into the future. Still could change, but it's looking like we could be dealing with summer's last hoorah before fall finally takes hold. And keep in mind, August 28th, pumpkin spice drinks come back, y'all. So get out there and go enjoy those pumpkin spice signature lattes over at Dunkin' and Starbucks, or just make your own if you feel so inclined. But fall's right around the corner, y'all. And actually, how much below average or above average could this be? Well, we can see here in the next couple of days, it's going to be well below average out east, well below average out west, sort of above average amongst the central half of the country, 100-degree temperatures down by Texas. And this is going to drastically change as we head closer towards the end of August, as we head into the weekend. Well above average temperatures for much of the eastern half of the country, and well below average out west. And it's looking like it's going to remain this way up until we head into the beginning parts of September, as it's looking like 30 degrees below average is going to be felt down here by Texas. And it's looking like a fall-like weather pattern is going to be in store for really much of the eastern half of the country as we head into the beginning parts of September. So definitely, like I said earlier, it's going to be cooling off, and then it's going to be a return of a heat wave, and then it's going to be cooling down again as pumpkin spice season actually returns here soon. So definitely look forward to that. And as we take a look at the 6 to 10 day temperature outlook, we can see that much of the country is going to be well above average, except for out here in the Mountain West, where some below average temperatures are going to be felt. It's going to be sort of feeling like winter for the next couple of weeks, even up there by Alaska. As Alaska has been getting in on some fall foliage. Y'all took a look at the fall map on X. You can see that Alaska is getting some color, y'all. So fall is on the way. Take a look at the next 8 to 14 days. Much of the country is going to be well above average to near normal, except for by Alaska, where below average temperatures are going to be felt up there, which could result in some more fall foliage. Now, let's go ahead and get into the precipitation outlook of what we could expect for the next couple of weeks. Here today, we got a slight risk up by Montana. It's going to be mainly a big old windbag event with upwards of 80-mile-an-hour winds possible. So definitely be aware power outages could occur later tonight. It's going to be late evening and overnight hours as wind severe weather is expected. And of course, the next couple of days, there's a marginal risk, mainly due to hail and high winds. So definitely be aware of that. And as we head into the weekend, we can see it's really drying out for much of the country. Could be getting in on some soggy conditions down in the southwest, up into Minnesota. Dealing with some soggy conditions down here by Florida. And if you're heading out to the IMSA race this weekend, actually got an IMSA forecast for y'all. It's looking to be a pretty good race weekend, as it's looking like could be dealing with mid 80-degree temperatures for practice and qualifying. And looking like on race day, it's going to be pretty hot, up in the 90s. Definitely going to be hot for those drivers. Hopefully they have air conditioning. I know Corvette Racing does, so that's good for them. And if you're heading out to that race, make sure you seek shade and drink plenty of water. Make sure you're aware it's going to be really hot that day. And pack some sunscreen if you want to. Make sure you put that on. Take a look at the manufacturer standings if you're interested in this. Looks like the Porsche is first with their little dinosaur car. Aston Martin second. And my team, Corvette Racing, is third in manufacturer standings. Could actually win the manufacturer championship this year. And Ford, you're pretty much last, which sucks to suck. It's your first year though, so it's pretty good. You're ahead of Ferrari, so that's saying something, I guess. It's not the real Ferrari team, but y'all are ahead of Ferrari, BMW, Lambo, and Mercedes, so good for y'all. But Corvette is better than y'all, so sucks to suck, Ford. But once we get past the weekend, we already know that it's going to be a pretty nice race weekend if you're heading out to VIR. It's looking like it's going to be soggy up in the northwest. Could be dealing with some soggy conditions up here in the central part of the country. As we get past the weekend, it's looking like it's going to be very soggy down by Florida. If you're taking any vacations down there, be aware of some very soggy conditions. Up in the northeast, could be dealing with soggy conditions as well. It's looking like it's going to start to dry out west. And then as we head into the end of August, it's looking like we could be coming in on a very soggy weather pattern out east, while the western part of the country is going to be drying out drastically. And we could be coming in on some severe weather as we head into August 30th down here by Texas, as it's going to be cooling off up here in the eastern part of the country and sort of warm down here by Texas. It could be battle of the seasons. And it's looking like We're in La La Land as we head into September, over 300 hours out. Definitely keep this in mind. So it's looking like we could be coming in on a very soggy and stormy weather pattern out east. And as we take a look at the 6 to 10 day precipitation outlook, it's looking like much of the country is going to be below average, except for up here by Montana and down here by Florida. And as we take a look at the next 8 to 14 days, we can see that much of the western part of the country is going to be above average, while the eastern part of the country is still going to be somewhat below average, as well as up here in the northwest. Northeast could be above average, down here in the southeast could be above average as well. So definitely be aware of this, as it's not really good for those drought conditions. So we take a look at the drought monitor. We can see that the northwest could use some rain, as well as down here by Texas, and much of West Virginia could be used some rain as well, which there could be some relief as we head into September. So definitely look forward to that, y'all, as it's looking like we could be coming into a soggy and stormy pattern as we head into September. And I did forget to bring up the risk of hazardous temperatures, as we could actually be dealing with some extreme heat as we head into the end of the month, before we're going to be coming into more of a fall-like weather pattern. So this could be summer's last hurrah before fall actually takes hold, y'all. So I hope y'all enjoyed today's weather forecast. If you did, make sure you hit that like and share button so more folks are informed about the weather. And make sure you hit that subscribe button with bell notifications turned on so you never miss an upload, because at Here Wins Weather, we try to make weather forecasting fun and informative. And he's also leaving us some feedback in the comment section down below, as feedback helps provide you, the viewer, better and more informative content in the future. So sum this video up, basically, if you're out by Hawaii, please be aware of Hector. Could be impacting you all as soon as this weekend, and Gilma could also impact you as soon as later next week, so definitely be aware of those. And as far as temperatures go, it's looking like we could be in a fall-like weather pattern in the short term, but then it's going to heat up as summertime could be getting its last hurrah before fall finally takes hold. And it's also looking like the western part of the country could be coming in on a winter-like weather pattern. And as we head further in the future, it's looking like we could be dealing with some soggy conditions out amongst the eastern part of the country. And if you're heading out to the race this weekend, please be aware it's going to be very hot out there, so make sure you seek shade and stay hydrated and enjoy the race out there. And hopefully Corvette Racing picks up that victory. So again, like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, appreciate everybody for watching. And until next time, never stop forecasting.